This is Maurice Lamarche, voice of the brain from Pinky and the Brain, and Morbo the newscaster from Futurama. And you are on Splash Pages. Good night!
Well, everybody, welcome back to Rhode Island Comic Con, and I am thrilled to be meeting yet again a legend in the voice acting industry, Mr. Maurice Lamarche. So first, sir, how are you doing this morning?
I'm well, my friend, indeed.
We're already starting off there, people. So the one thing I definitely have to ask is I'm a huge Ghostbusters fan, and one of my earliest memories was you voicing Egon, played by Harold Ramis in the movie. And if I seem to recall correctly, I read that you were told, don't do a Harold Ramis impression, and you just, it was like, nope, going to do it, and then you got the part. So what was that like?
Well, it was less, nope, gonna do it, than more, it was more this. It was more, I have no other ideas. Greetings. I collect spores, molds, and fungus. And I just went, oh, I pooched this. This is it. I'm out. And as I came out, Michael C. Gross, who had exec produced the movie with Joe Medjuck and Ivan Reitman, said, all right, you get to do an impression, but you're the only one. So at that point, I kind of went, is he telling me I got the job? And then, like, the next day, I got the call. Right. Yeah.
And especially, you got to reprise the character on the Extreme Ghostbusters, so you continued doing it. But I feel like now your character has a little extra cadence because, Harold, unfortunately, has passed. And also, he played a very big role in Ghostbusters Afterlife. And, I want to assume you saw the movie. What did you think, watching it, being that you contributed to Egon's legacy in that way?
It means the world that everything that Harold and Dan and Ivan brought to Ghostbusters has gone out into the world as this movement for goodness. All of the Ghostbusters chapters throughout the country, and the charity work that they do, and the smiles they put on children's faces. I have to think that if there is an afterlife, that Harold has got to be smiling, and Ivan as well. I know Ivan really approved of everything that was going on, as the Ghostbusters chapters movement grew throughout the country. And so, I mean, it's just, I'm honored to have been touched to carry on the Egon legacy. Violet Ramis, Harold's daughter, actually, we've become friendly, and she wrote inscribed in the inside of her book, Ghostbusters' Daughter, she wrote to Maurice, thank you for keeping Egon's legacy alive. So it really means a lot coming from her.
I should have brought tissues for this interview because, by God, I'm going to cry. But one other thing that I definitely want to bring up is that you've been a voice actor. I've looked up your resume. I don't have enough questions for it. Well, actually, I do, but we don't have the time. You've at a point where kids who grew up watching you, they're introducing their kids to your work. I mean, how does that make you feel?
Old, very old. No, I'm kidding. On the inside, I'm the same guy. So I don't feel old until I stand up and my knees are killing me. But I just feel like what an honor to be in a family's life. The young man who was here just before you came up and we started this told me he watched Pinky and the Brain with his father and grandfather. And so, I love that it's all available on Hulu right now. Yeah. And, I'm beyond words of what it means to me to be a part of people's lives like that. Even though I'm anonymous in the sense of my face, my voice is in people's homes. And the voice is actually more powerful than the face. And I think the things we hear are more powerful than the things we see. So I'm just so there for that.
By God, should have brought tissues one more time. Whew. What? Okay, I'm good. And then one more thing. Well, I mean, again, it was one or two more. What a line. Your Orson Welles impression is considered one of the best. I mean, I remember The Critic. You did the voice in Ed Wood. I mean, he's basically the brain, or at least a parody of. What made you pick up the impression? And to be quite honest, how do you think Orson Welles would feel if he was, would he find it as amusing as generations of fans have? What do you think?
I believe Orson would say, you don't quite have me, old boy. You need to quaver your voice just a little more. But, I came by it because Phil Proctor of the Firesign Theater, legendary comedian, gave me a tape of the Orson Welles outtake for Findus Frozen Peas from 1970. I just found out was when that was done. And that outtake has survived millions of copying and dubbings. And I got it and was so fascinated with Orson Welles in the act of being Orson Welles.
Right.
And at his most organic moment. And so I played that tape for a year, and I just learned that thing.
Right.
And that sort of grew into me being. They just go, let's write an Orson Welles thing for Maurice. I did Orson Wales on Tiny Toons, tune physics, and then on the Critic and the Brain, and Vincent is here actually at this con, and we've become friends. I thought he would be upset, but he actually views it as Tim Burton's choice and a composite performance. Right. And I think he is awesome in that movie. And God, he captured every physical nuance of Welles. But Tim really wanted to have that kind of melding and having the voice be as close as it could be. And I was not doing the Brain there. I mean, I really went all out and really went deep for the voice to really give it as much of the Orson that I could. Right. Yeah. Because Brain is about 20% Vincent Price, 30% Vincent Price. There's a little shading in there. Yeah. Yeah.
Of course. And then just one last thing I will say is I'm also a huge Futurama fan. I've dressed as Zap Brannigan.
Well, Morbo is pleased yet sticky to learn this.
And one of my favorites, besides Morbo, the Hedonism Bot, so many, and Kiff, the long-suffering sidekick to Zap Brannigan, the man with no name. So, you're getting I'm assuming you're getting another chance to reprise the character. Futurama's getting yet again another shot. I mean, it's a show that just doesn't end. So, all these years you're still doing it. What's the thoughts? Again, will Kiff's suffering ever end?
Let me answer that with one word. Ugh. I'm not the man with no name. My name is Keith Crooker. And right now, I'm hiding out from Captain Brannigan because he wants me to manscape him. Oh.
It's great recreating all those characters for the new Futurama, which will be on Hulu next year. We've got 20 new episodes coming your way in 23 and 24, and hopefully more after that. But we're working on it right now.
Well, to end this, I'll just say exactly what I said to you when I first met you. Thank you for my childhood very much. And, and I believe, as you said, thank you for my middle age. Exactly. Either way, so everybody, please continue to support this man. Keep it going. Swear to God, he's going to be the first person we put in Futurama head technology, so the voices will never end, hopefully. So, splash pages, and I don't know, do you want to I'll let you end this one.
This is Morbo the Nudecaster, and videos do not work this way. Good night.